And it doesn't make. I'm just going to make sure that it's out in front of the wall. Boom, there, and it's blue. And so just go up here to your wall color, because we know we're going to be subtracting it from the wall, and do that. And then, so we've just changed this color. Now we're going to do Command Shift R to return to the model, and we're going to back away from it a little bit. And now, instead of going out here and grabbing one of these again and moving it over here like we did before, and then having to create this thing again, always think ahead. So we're going to come up, get our area pick. We're going to come down here somewhere, and we're going to area select and deselect it. Switch right now. You've got to keep checking your tools. When things aren't working the way you expect them, one of your settings is weird. Okay, so we want to come over here to the Move tool. We want to create a copy this time. Okay, so we want to go down here in the bottom, and it could have been the bottom, it could be the top. We're going to come over, and then we come over and find the center of this one, and boom, we're going to do it again. Okay, so now what we need to do is just rotate it around. So go get our Rotate tool. It's all selected nice the way we want it. Come over here and make sure that we're on the right plane down here. Come here and just click on that center point. That's all you need. You can come out here, come over to 90. Okay, now it's saying we're making a copy. Option key. Come out here and click. Okay, come up here, get our solid pick tool, do subtract this, and this, this, and this, and boom, we've got our two windows. Okay, good time to save. All right, now it's time to try to figure out this entry feature. So okay, he's got he's got a bizarre situation. That's what he's got. Okay, but I think what he's got a big heavy beam between the two columns, which is supporting the roof, and the roof is a gable roof whose ridge runs this way. But when he comes to these corners, he's just chopping off the roof. I don't know if that's going to look so hot, but hey, we'll go ahead and do it, right? So what we need is a box. Or a plane, actually, onto which we can make this roof. And if you remember, when we did this whole box, and we did its height, we came up to that point right there. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to down here. And just kind of bear with me for a minute. Now, I need a rectangle, so I'm going to get my rectangle tool. I'm going to make sure that I'm only drawing a 2D plane, and I'm going to come down here somewhere, anywhere. Okay, now it's taking the orientation of that box. It thinks it is. So I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and click. Will it let me do that? No, it won't. Nasty little thing. So because it's taking that orientation and I want a different kind of a box, I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to get my 3-point tool, and I'm going to go down here and click once, twice, and then I'm going to come back anywhere, arbitrary. Okay. I want to come over here and drag it out in width to that corner, I want to come here and drag it out to this corner. I want to take this one and drag it out to this corner. And this one, I want to come out all the way in front of the columns, but I don't know where they are. So I'm going to look down, Command 6, and I'm going to do Command 3. And then I'm going to come back up here to the plan, and I'm going to click it twice to ghost it. And you can see I'm still connected to it. And so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. And, oh, come on in. And I got to be out in front of the column. So I'm right at the tip of the column there. And so I think, you know, if I was doing it and I designed it, I'd have a nice healthy overhang, maybe somewhere like that. I'm guessing. Half the time, Aaron, you're designing these projects, you know, they give them to you. They're not Command 2 to get back to our model. They're not fully baked, I call it. I made a mistake one time at a client's telling him that his project was half baked. I don't think he appreciated it. Anyway, you can already see that if I created a roof on here the way it is, I'd more than likely have it wouldn't be going back far enough. So I'm going to get it and hit the Control key and click on it, show controls, and grab that, and I'm going to shove it back until it disappears. And I don't mind if it's buried quite a ways back in the building. All right. So now we simply go down to our roof tool. Just double check 712 gable plumb 6 inches 2 feet. Okay, and click on it. All right. Okay. I've taken and selected the roof of the foyer and isolated it. So that's where we are. And what we need to do right now is to cut off the roof the way he's designed it. So do Command 6 to look in plan view. And if you look in plan view, let's do Command 3 to look at it in wireframe mode. If you look at your model, he's got a line that runs here and up here, and I think that's where he's chopping off the corner of the roof. So all we need to do is get our polyline tool and come down here and go up somewhere, you know, outside of the roof, because we're going to draw a box that we're going to subtract from it, right? So come down and click. Okay, now I'm drawing a hollow wall. I don't want to. I want to draw a plane right there. Come down and click where that intersection is there. Come out somewhere, again, out beyond the roof, so we know where we're going to be creating a solid that will subtract what we need. Click, and now just hit C to close. And we're drawing a 2D plane, so we need to give that some thickness. So we can now go back to our solid, go Command 2, and get our reshape tool, and just simply come down here on that rectangle and extrude it up until it's through the roof. And we're going to subtract that one, but we need another one on the other corner. So let's go ahead and select it and get our our mirror tool. And it wants to know the axis around which, and make sure we're doing copy, the axis. So, well, the axis would be the ridge. So if we came down here and we click once there, and then I don't know, up on the center line point, we'll know that we just drew a line that is the line that we want to mirror across, and there we have it. So now what we want to do is we want to subtract, right? So we come in here and we get our subtraction tool. We select the roof, select one of the blocks, the roof again, one of the blocks, and we've got what we want. We just left some residue of the white boxes that we created. We'll go down here and now click on there and change it all back to what we need. So Command Shift R to get back to our model. Okay, and now what we're going to want to do is to work on the foyer glass wall entrance, you know, the doors, etc. And we could work on it this way, and it would be fine. It would involve learning a whole bunch of other tools, and I find it to be a little bit cumbersome. So for me, what I like to do is I'm going to rotate that box around and put it on an orthographic view, so that I can work with it exactly the way we've worked with the other windows and doors. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to select the foyer box and the elevation. So let's make the elevation unlocked, model and the entry elevation unlocked with both of them selected or visible, excuse me. Do select all. Oh, I've got the whole model. I'm sorry. The only thing I want is the elevation and that one particular box. So what I'm going to simply do is deselect, temporarily turn the model off, do select all. I've got my elevation. Go back up and unlock the model, and then with my selection tool, go down here and add the block that is the foyer. And now I'm going to do Command-Shift-I to isolate that. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to rotate the whole mass, but I want to rotate it around something that I know, I can remember. So I'm going to use this leading corner right here at the base of the block. Okay, and just mentally remember that. Get the rotation tool. We're in the plan. I don't want to make a copy, so I'm going to hit Option.